Happy Friday, students. At this point, you've finished your quiz and you're ready to move on. This is notes, pages 9 and 10, area, perimeter, or surface area, volume of different 2D and 3D shapes. If you're listening, you're going to hear that you have a quiz on this on Monday. I'll try to make it short, maybe like 5 problems. 5 problems means that they count 20 points each, though, so keep that in mind. You may use these notes on the quiz, and I may have some that come directly from these notes. There are 10 problems on pages 9 and 10. I'm going to work out most of them. Some of them I'll just help you set them up so you can work them out, and then I'll give you the answer also, but you can try to do the work and see if you can get it. Okay, so number 1 says find an expression to represent the area of the rectangle, and if you remember, area of a rectangle is length times width, which would mean that we would be multiplying this expression times this expression. I'll tell you what we're going to do. As we write this expression, we are going to factor some things as we go. So let's see, I'm going to put the 2x in the numerator, and then I'm going to go ahead and factor this this denominator. 27 is 9 times 3, so x minus 9 and x minus 3 would work to factor that. The next numerator is difference of squares, so that's x plus 9, x minus 9. And then I can take out a greatest common factor from this one. I can take out 4x squared. And then what do I have left? I've got x plus 9. Okay, so now I can cancel some stuff. Let's cancel this x plus 9, this one. Let's cancel the x minus 9s. We can even do the 2 and the 4, and the x and the x squared. And so let's see, what do we have left? On the top we have nothing, so that's a 1. In the denominator, we have 2x times x minus 3. So there's the answer. Next one says find an expression to represent the area. Again, this one I'm going to help you factor, but I'm not going to solve it all the way. I want you to try to do that, and I will give you the answer to it. So let's see. Again, length times width. X squared plus 3x minus 10. That's going to be x plus 5, x minus 2. And let's take out a 7. And then that's times. This one we need to take a negative 60 and a negative 11. So this is going to be 15 times 4. I'm going to rewrite this 3x squared. That's going to be minus 15x plus 4x minus 20. Split that down the middle. Take out a 3x on this side, x minus 5. Take out a 4 on this side, x minus 5. Okay, so this numerator is going to be x minus 5 times 3x plus 4. Okay, and then this denominator, 5 plus x, and then I'm going to put a negative out here because that would mean that I could switch this around to x minus 5 instead of 5 minus x. So you can finish this one, and let me give you the answer to this one. It is negative 3x minus 4 over 7. So that's going to be your answer, but I want to see if you can do the work here. Okay, so this next one is, this is the area of a rectangular garden is this expression right here, and the length is this expression. So to find area is length times width. We need to find the width. So if we solve for W, we get A divided by the length. I have no idea why that pen changed. So let's do that. The area is the numerator, and that's going to be divided by A over B plus 1. Okay, so let's figure out what we have to figure out what each of these expressions is. I'm trying to think if I can do this while it's up here. Should be able to. I multiply this times B over B. And so then I've got a squared over b equals b squared over b. No, not equals, sorry, minus. Minus. And then on this side, I need to multiply this one times b over b also. So that's going to be a over b equals b over b. I did equals again, sorry, it should be plus. Okay, so now need to just add these. A squared minus b squared over b. And it's divided by this, but I'm going to do, yeah, let's write divided by. A plus b over b. Now I'm going to rewrite it as a multiplication. A squared minus b squared over b times b over a plus b. Okay, so then we can go ahead and cross those out. And then this is a plus b. I'm just going to write it up here instead of rewriting in times a minus b. Cross these out. And what have I got left? Just a minus b. Got a 1 in the denominator. Okay, number 4. The area of a triangle is, the way I like to write it is base times height divided by 2. It's times 1/2. It's divided by 2. You can do it either way. With fractions, it might be easier to times 1/2. But, so you're going to take this and multiply it times this, and then divide that by 2 or multiply it all times 1/2. Let's see. We'll help you factor this one. Take out a 9. That's x plus 2. Here we can take out a 6x. And then what's left? X squared minus 4. That's difference of 2 squares. Let's go ahead and factor that. Then we have times. Let's take out an x. And then if we take out an x, we have x squared plus 11x minus 26. That's 13 times 2. X plus 13, x minus 2 would work for that one, over 3x. Okay, you can finish this one out. It's already factored for you, so all you have to do is cancel stuff out and then multiply, also multiply times 1/2. Well, if we multiply times 1/2, honestly, you can just change this to a 6x. And that's it. That's gone. Okay, so you finish that one out, and let me give you the answer to this one. It's going to be x plus 13 over 4x. See if you can get that. All right, so number 5 is volume of a rectangular prism. A rectangular prism is like a box. So, you know, the volume is basically like how much it can hold. You should remember all this from middle school. So let's see, this one is going to be this number times this number times this number. And I'm looking at this one, and it's one of those where your leading coefficient, your first coefficient, is not a 1. And so this is one of those where we have to either take out a greatest common factor, which we can't do. 5, 32, and 12 do not have a greatest common factor. So we are going to have to split that middle term again, like we did in a previous problem. So let's look at this one first. We'll factor this, and then we'll write everything out over here. Let's see. 5 times 12 is 60. So I've got a 60 and a negative 32. Because the 60 is positive, that means both numbers are going to be negative because I've got a negative middle term. So let's see, it looks like 30 and 2. Let's see, that would be, so negative 30 times negative 2 would work. Yep. Okay, so then let's rewrite this. 5x squared minus 30x minus 2x plus 12. Let's pull out a, oh, let's group it. Put that line down the middle. 5x and x minus 6. Okay, so I want to have an x minus 6 over here, so I'm going to take out a negative 2. So then I have x minus 6 in parentheses. Okay. So my factors are x minus 6 and 5x minus 2. So that was that numerator right there. So let's go ahead and factor that, or write our factors. We got to multiply everything together. Let's do this one. This one's 18x squared. And then the denominator, let's take out a 9x. That's going to be, what, 5x minus 2. Oh, and we have a matching one. That's good. Okay, and then the last one, let's see, 48 and 14. 8 and 6. (36 minus x squared). This is difference of two squares. It's going to be 6 plus x, 6 minus x, but I want to make it an x minus 6, so I just need to negate something out here, so I can take out a -1, and then I can write x minus 6 instead of 6 minus x. So I have a lot of stuff to cancel out. Let's see, I have 5x minus 2. I have an x plus 6. Don't forget that -1. Let's put that negative on the 9 because it won't matter where it is. Just put it right there. The x minus 6 right here. We have an x squared and an x cubed. That leaves x there. Now we can't cancel these x's because they're both denominator. We can do the -9 and 18. This is -1. This is 2. And then we do the 2 and the 10. So let's see, what's left? X plus 8 over -5x. Sorry, x squared, because I've got another x right there. I forgot that one. So number 6 gives you the volume, and then it gives you two dimensions of the, it gives you the length and width, and it says find the height. Well, volume equals length times width times height. We are looking for the height. So the height is going to be volume divided by length times width. A couple different ways we could do this. I would go ahead and do the length times the width and then divide that into the 12x plus 16. So let's go ahead and do these two times each other and see what we get. 9x squared minus 16 is difference of two squares. 3x plus 4 and 3x minus 4. This one down here, that's going to be a 7 and 5 plus 7 minus 5. Let's see, this one I'm going to pull out an 8x. X minus 5. And down here I can't really do anything. 3x minus 4, but I can cancel it with this one. So I would do this one and simplify it first, and then we'll do our division. Okay. Alright, so then we can write this as 8x times 3x plus 4 over x plus 7. We can leave it like that. So we're going to take that volume, divide it by that, which means it's times this flipped. Let's factor that. I'm going to erase it. So we'll factor that volume. You can rewrite it if you want. 12x plus 16, let's take out a 4. 3x plus 4, and that means I can cancel that. And I can also cancel the 4 and the 8. Okay, so it looks like my answer is x plus 7 over 2x. Number 7 is a perimeter problem. Perimeter of a rectangle equals 2 times the length plus the width. It's really just the distance around it. But if this side is a certain length, then this side is equivalent or congruent to this side. This side is congruent to this side. So if we add these two things together and then multiply it times 2, we'll get the perimeter. So let's do that first. X squared plus 8x over x plus 5. Well, they happen to have the same denominator, so that makes it a lot easier. So let's add together our numerator. And we see we get a trinomial that can be factored. Um, 15 is x plus 3. 5 times 3. X plus 3, x plus 5 over x plus 5. Cancel that out. And so half of the perimeter is x plus 3. So all I need to do now is just multiply this times 2, and I'll have the perimeter. So 2 times x plus 3 is 2x plus 6. And that's the perimeter of that one. All right, the next problem is, another perimeter problem. And it's they also give you two sides. I think I'm gonna add these together. The top, yeah, I can't do anything with that. I just have to write it. The bottom I can rewrite as x minus 4 and x minus 1. So then we need to find a common denominator to add these together. So if you remember doing this before, they both have the x minus 1 in them, but only one of them has the x minus 4. So we need both of them to have the yellow and the green. So we need to put the x minus 4 over here. Have to multiply both in the numerator and denominator. Okay, so when I do that, I need to multiply the 6 times the x minus 4. That's going to give me 6x minus 24 in the numerator plus x squared minus 4x. And then I need to combine like terms. And my common denominator now is this. So let's see, this is going to be, let's rewrite this in standard form, and then we'll factor it. X squared plus 2x minus 24. So negative 24 and positive 2, that's going to be 6 and 4, so say 12 and 2. That's going to be 6 and 4. One's positive, one's negative. X plus 6, x minus 4. These cancel. The only thing I have left to do is multiply times 2. And I just multiply the numerator times 2. So multiplying times 2 over 1. So I need to distribute the 2. And there you go. So I'm going to give you the formula for a trapezoid area, and I want you to see if you can do this one by yourself. The area of a trapezoid equals 1/2 times, you've got base 1, this is base 1, and this is base 2. So you add those two together. And you multiply it times the height. This is the height. Okay, so I'm going to let you try that one by yourself. I'm not going to give you the answer. I want you to try it by yourself. Okay, so this is the area, surface area formula, because the next one's surface area. And so we're just going to fill these in first. So surface area equals 2 times length, which is x over 4, times width, which is 6 over x, plus, I'm putting 2 over 1 because we're working with fractions, 2 times length times height plus 2 times width times height. Right. Okay, so let's start multiplying. There's a lot of stuff we can cancel out here. So for each of these, you can cancel stuff before you multiply. Let's cancel out an x there. The 2 and the 4. That's going to be a 2. And then I can do the 2 and the 6 also. Okay, so all I have left over here is 3 over 1. Plus, let's do the x's, the 2 and the 4. So this one is 3/4. And then, let's see, 2's. Looks like that's it. Plus 18 over x squared. Okay, so now I've got an addition problem, and I need each of these to be 4x squared. So let me see if I can use my highlighter to make this a little bit easier. So this one has yellow, and this one has green, and I need all of them to have the yellow and the green to be able to add them together. So over here, I'm going to have to multiply by both yellow and green to get what I need in this fraction right here. This one only needs the green. So I'm going to multiply it times the green. This one only needs the yellow. Multiply that one times the yellow. Okay, let's go back and fill in and multiply. So this one needs green and yellow. Yellow is 4. Green is x squared. This one only needs the yellow, and that's 4. This one only needs the green. Okay, so let's multiply. 3 times 4 times x squared is 12x squared. 3 times x squared is, that's going to be plus 3x squared. And 18 times 4 is 72. 72. And all of that is over 4x squared. All right. Let's combine like terms here. This is 15x squared plus 72. So I could factor this numerator, but it wouldn't make any difference. I can only factor out of 3, so I'm just going to leave it like this. So there's your answer. There's nothing else we can do to simplify it or anything. So that's the answer. All right, that's it.